Computer Science and Applications, Faculty of Science, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. And today we are going to discuss about the topic Python libraries for artificial intelligence and machine learning. This topic is taken from the first year second semester Programming with Python textbook. This is helpful for the students of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University and all the AI enthusiasts and the researchers and those who wants to know about the artificial intelligence and machine learning in the present era. So today we are going to discuss about how the libraries will work with Python and machine learning, and I have two eminent personalities with me. They are experts in AI and ML. They are Dr. P. Ratna Sekhar sir, Assistant Professor, Anurag University for the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and other expert is Dr. P. Reddy sir, Assistant Professor working for the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Anurag University, Hyderabad. These two experts have received an IBM Watson X Faculty Award recently, and they have vast experience in academic and research, and they have published various journal articles in various repeated journals, and they have written several books for the AI and ML, and it's very happy to introduce these eminent personalities for this live session. And the viewers, if you have any queries regarding this libraries of Python for AI and ML, you may call upon at after 2:45 p.m. to the number 040-23680-456. I am repeating the number again, 040-23680-456. You may call after 2:45 p.m. onwards for your queries. And let's begin this session. We would like to know what is mean by artificial intelligence, machine learning, what are the libraries in this, how these libraries are helping for the AI and ML in the present era and in the upcoming future also. I would like to start by asking one fundamental question, Dr. P. Ratna Sekhar sir. Sir, what is an artificial intelligence?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. In computer science literature, there are multiple definitions for artificial intelligence, but in layman words, artificial intelligence is a subfield of computer science, and it is a technique which enables machines to mimic human behavior. So as a part of artificial intelligence, we try to train a machine, and we will make a machine think like human beings and work like human beings. Basically, in AI, we have different strategies of training a machine, and the ultimate aim of AI is to develop a tool, AI tool or an AI machine to mimic the human intelligence. You can use AI for a repetitive task or the tasks which are very complex. Basically, AI tools are or in fact machines, computer machines are more powerful in terms of processing and solving complex problems. So as I said, in layman terms, artificial intelligence is a field where you work to build a machine which mimics human intelligence.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to know what do you mean by machine learning? Dr. B. Reddy sir, can I expect what do you mean by machine learning?
Thank you, sir. Basically, machine learning can be treated as it is a branch or a subfield of artificial intelligence. The major purpose of the machine learning is to train the model based on the data which we are having, which we call it as a corpus, and then later we will be testing the accuracy of the model based on the new or the unseen data, so that we can able to expect how the model is functioning. And this machine learning in nowadays it is been in use in multiple atmospheres, and at the same time machine learning are of three types: supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, semi supervised machine learning, and at last we have a reinforcement machine learning.
So these are the algorithms, sir, machine learning algorithms.
Yeah, when you make a comparison between the traditional or the classical machine learning computing, we know that if you look at a flow chart, once if the problem is given, and we will be writing the rules to solve the problem, and then whatever the rules that got generated, and we will be evaluating it. If everything is fine, then the rules are going to be, mean to say that the model or the system is going to be launched. And otherwise, and again, if at all any errors happens, and again we need to reinvestigate the problem. This is how the traditional computing was in use. But now the total scenario has been changed once the machine learning into the existence. And the same scenario, if you look at, and we'll be studying the problem, and then we'll be constructing the model based on any existing ML algorithms, and then finally we'll be using it to predict something, and will be getting a solution, and will be investigating or inspecting the solution, mean to say that whatever the model has predicted, whether to how far it is consistent. And once after inspecting the solution, then if at all if we identify any problem still that persist in the model, and again will be going back to the first step, and we can able to redesign the model. This is how we can able to make the system more efficient based on the experience that it is gaining. This is the overall architecture of machine learning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, I would like to know about Ratna Sekhar, sir. This question goes to you.
Okay.
Why Python is widely used for AI and ML?
Yeah, Python actually is considered as the de facto language for AI and machine learning because of multiple reasons. The reason number one is its simplicity. Python language is pretty simple syntax wise when you compare with other programming languages like C, C++ and Java, and it also have vast number of libraries which helps us in building a simple web applications to a complex machine learning or AI model tools. And there is also a community, a vast community which supports the AI ML enthusiasts who are interested in building AI models. So because of all these reasons, most of the people who are working on AI ML models prefer Python programming languages over other programming languages. And it also have some very efficient libraries for each and every task, like for if you take AI and ML topic, you have libraries like TensorFlow, Scikitlearn, PyTorch and many more, right from the data preparation of the data to the evaluation of the model. We have end-to-end libraries in Python, and which are also easy and open source. We can easily use them, and we can also work on them by fine-tuning the models that we have developed. So these are the reasons which makes the trustworthy, which gains the trustworthy of the AI models, and which gain the popularity of the many people, and many people choose Python over other programming languages.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, Dr. Pretrained Reddy, sir, I just want to know what are the various libraries available in Python?
Especially when it comes to Python, which is having a large collection of libraries which can be used for multiple purposes, and especially the libraries are related to modules are related to the data manipulation, statistical analysis, machine learning algorithms, deep learning models, image processing, and similar to that, and we have many more libraries all there which are meant to solve the real time problems specific to the task.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, I just want to know about some numerical and scientific computing libraries like NumPy, SciPy and Pandas. I have one doubt, sir. Dr. P. Ratna Sekhar Reddy, sir. Could you explain how NumPy supports fast numerical operations, especially when working with large data sets in AI?
Yeah. See, basically NumPy is one of the library which works on the entire arrays at once, rather than, let's say, practically speaking, if you wanted to work with an array, if you use a for loops, that's going to be very slow. But when it compared with the NumPy, it's going to be very fast because it's going to implements the operations on the entire array at once. And even we can also perform the operations across the different dimensions of the array. And it also provides the fast and optimized implementation of mathematical functions, which includes the sum, median, mode, dot, any operations related to the matrix as well we can able to implement. And at the same time, it handles the multiple dimensional arrays efficiently. And at the same time, the libraries like Pandas, TensorFlow, Scikitlearn make use of the NumPy arrays internally for efficient data handling. And when you look at what you call an ecosystem, when you look at the ecosystem of the NumPy, you can see that what are the various uses of NumPy. Right away from the arithmetic operations to statistical operations, bitwise operations, copying and viewing the arrays, mean to say that where we can able to copy the content of one array to the other array, and retrieving the array elements as a whole or retrieving the element by element, and stacking. This is one of the interesting where we can able to add a dimension and create a new array. We can also perform all matrix operations which we could not able to do it with methods, ready-made methods when we use an array class. But when we use this NumPy library, we have all the ready-made functions or methods which we can able to directly implement this matrix operations. And at the same time, we can also implement the problems related to the linear algebra, the broadcasting. Broadcasting is one of the interesting feature where we can able to perform the operations of the arrays of the different shapes and dimensions, the mathematical operations, as well searching, sorting and counting operations can be effectively implemented by making use of the NumPy libraries.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, I have one more doubt. In what does SciPy extends the power of NumPy for scientific and engineering applications especially?
That's a good question. Basically, we from the previous question we came to know how exactly the NumPy helps to perform all the operations, wide variety of operations, but still where there are few operations which cannot be done and implemented with the help of the NumPy library. But at the same time, if you wanted to carry out any scientific computations that beyond the work that it is doing by the NumPy, then obviously we have to go with the SciPy library, and where we can able to perform the advanced scientific operations like integration, optimization, interpolation, signal processing, image processing, and special mathematical functions such as Basel functions, gamma functions, elliptic integrals, error functions, and all these can be carried out. And apart from these, it also supports sparse matrix support, statistical analysis, Fourier transformation, and signal processing, linear algebra, and file IO for the scientific data. These are all the various operations that we can do with the SciPy, which cannot able to do alone with the NumPy. And at the same time, if the viewers can able to see this how a SciPy it's going to be act with different functionalities it shows, and where in optimization we have the library which we can able to build the optimization functions, we have the library to solve the problems related to the signal processing, we have the libraries related to solve the problems of linear algebra, and we have the problems related to which we can able to solve related to the numerical integration. and where these operations or the problems cannot be solved alone by using NumPy, and that's the reason and the SciPy library is efficiently used.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Very nice answer. Sir, how does this Pandas helps in data cleaning and preparation more efficiently for machine learning workflows?
Yeah, especially the Pandas is a very useful package among all. Because when you are working with a machine learning pipelines where the Pandas plays an important role in order to supply the correctness in the data. Basically, whatever the data on which the model is getting trained, the data must be in the correct format, and for that the Pandas is only a package which can able to pre-process the data and able to keep the data in the correct format, and for that wide variety of methods are supported by the Pandas package, and where what are the various operations that are carried out by the Panda packages are like it can able to, we have the methods which handles the missing data so easily, data alignment and labeling can be done, and the powerful data transformation process can be carried out, filtering and subsetting operations can be done, and merging, joining and concatenation of the data can also be done, and moreover the Pandas are going to store the data in the two data structures. One we call it as a series if the data is of one dimensional data, and the other data structure is a data frame if the data is in a multi-dimensional format.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Sir, I have one query related to your experience. So, according to your experience, why these foundational libraries are essential before we built any AI or ML models?
Yeah, especially whatever the libraries that we have seen so far like NumPy, Pandas or the SciPy, which provides fast and reliable computations which are going to be critical for handling large data sets, and complex numerical operations can also be carried out, where especially when we talk about the AI ML, complex numerical operations are required, which can be, these operations can be effectively carried out by that libraries, and moreover they integrate seamlessly with the popular machine learning frameworks like Scikitlearn, TensorFlow and Pyarch, serving as a foundational layer for data representations, and moreover this because of this interoperability which allows the developers to build, train and evaluate models more efficiently while maintaining the code clarity and modularity.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Very happy answers. Sir, I will come back to you, Dr. Rajshekar Reddy, sir.
Yes.
Now, I just want to ask Dr. P. Ratna Sekhar, sir, related to data visualization libraries like Matplotlib, SciPy and Plotly. Sir, I would like to ask why this data visualization is concerned is more important in AI ML pipeline before or after building AI applications or models?
Yeah. Sir, while we are working on AI ML models or while we are building AI models, most of the work is done either in the form of documentation, or you see most of the work done in the coding part, as a coding part. So you need a proper visualization tool to understand the progress of how the model is building or framing up, and how the data is being structured. So data visualization is key before training the model and even after the training the model. The reason is that before training the model, you have to make sure your data set that you are using for training a machine learning model is well structured, because if the data set is not structured well, or it is of a zigzag or missing values or any repeated values, then you may end up training the machine in an incorrect way. So understanding your data set is very important before you use it to train the machine learning model. So visualization tools help us to understand the data set, because most of the data set are in the form of either CSV files, text files, or the other formats. So understanding the uniformity or the skewness of the data set is very important. So visualization tools, visualization libraries helps us to understand the data set before the training, and after the training you have to evaluate the performance of a model that is trained. So there are some metrics like performance evaluation and prediction analysis. Each and every model after training has to go through these two types of tests, and in order to understand the performance very well, we can visualize it, and visualization libraries help us to understand the performance of any ML model. So in terms of layman also, people who don't understand the coding much, visualization tools helps them to understand the performance of the model that they have trained.
Yeah. Sir, I have one query related to Plotly. So how this Plotly enhances the presentation of results?
Okay, so if you are talking about data visualization, we have three important libraries to discuss. One is Matplotlib, other one is Seabon, and Plotly. These three are unique libraries which helps us to visualize the data and evaluate the models, but they have their unique differences. So you asked me about Plotly. The plots which are built or developed using Matplotlib library are static. As you can see in the presentation, these are all the plots which are built based on the Matplotlib by using Matplotlib library, and these are static. You don't have any dynamic nature, which serves the basic purpose. But if you want to dig deeper into the statistical analysis and if you want to get the dynamic nature, you can't get from the Matplotlib library. So in order to overcome this, Python has a library called Plotly, which gives you that advantage of looking at the dynamic visualization plots, where you can zoom in the plots, where you can hover over the plots, and you can filter the plots, and you can perform all dynamic operations on the Plotly. The advantage over Matplotlib is that the experience that you get from the visualizations. So it is best suited for web-based applications where you have a real-time data which is broadcasting, telecasting, and it is very hard to follow the data in terms of numerical form. So it's better to convert that numerical form data into any graph, and which gives you the results in a visualization format. Let me show you one simple this example. You can see this plot. This plot is built using Plotly, where you can see it is a dynamic of nature, where when you hover this cursor over the graph, it will show you the values in a dynamic way. So this is the advantage over Matplotlib you get when you are using Plotly library.
Yeah. Sir, I would like to ask about other library, Seabon. So what value does Seabon brings when trying to uncover patterns or relationships in complex data sets?
Yeah. Seabon has one special feature, that is of a statistical thing. So Seabon is a library which is mostly used on visualizing statistical data, which is very complex and very deep to understand. And Seabon is actually built over Matplotlib library, which gives that free or easy hand experience for the users who don't know much about Python coding, because Seabon gives the user defined user friendly interfaces to build the visual graphics. I will show you one small code snippet here. You can see the code snippet which you are seeing on the top is of the SNS, which is Seabon code. The graph, the scatter plot that you are looking at is the result of that one simple line, SNS dot scatter plot. So in order to create the same scatter plot in using matplotlib, I have to write at least 3 or 4 lines of code to generate these kind of scatter plots. So you can see the difference here in terms of code, how Seabon is helping the programmers or the developers in visualizing the data in a easy, simple one-line code. So in one sentence, Seabon helps us in creating efficient visualization plots or graphs using minimal code.
Yes, sir, can you share why good visualizations are key when explaining model behavior to stakeholders in decision making?
Okay, normally there are 2 types of stakeholders who are associated to any machine learning or AI models. One segment is the people who have knowledge on what is going on, who have technical knowledge on the Python programming languages and the process and everything. But there are other segment of people also, or stakeholders, who are not technically good, meaning they don't understand what is happening because they don't understand the code and they don't understand the process or the procedure which is followed in machine learning model or training. So for the sake of non-technical stakeholders, these visualization tools helps in understanding the pipeline of machine learning training, or in understanding the process of how machine learning model works, or how these AI models are built. And even at the time of decision making, non-technical stakeholders find it difficult to understand the data in the data which is other than in visualized format. So people prefer visualization tools to understand and communicate in a better way, and that is how these visualization tools helps both the non-technical and technical stakeholders in establishing the communication and interaction.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So so far we have seen numerical and scientific computing libraries like NumPy, SciPy and Pandas, and as well as we have gone through the data visualization libraries like Matplotlib and Seabon and Plotly. So these 6 libraries we have gone through till now, and now we would like to know about machine learning libraries, especially Scikit-Learn, which is very popular and familiarized, and XGBoost, LightGBM, and other is CatBoost. So I would like to know more about these machine learning libraries. So can I get some information from Dr. P. Rajshekhar Reddy sir? What are the factors have made Scikit-Learn the go-to library for classical machine learning algorithms in both academia and industry?
Scikit-Learn, it's basically a classical machine learning library due to its simplicity, consistency and versatility. It offers a wide range of efficient algorithms for classification, regression, clustering, dimensionality reduction and model selection tasks. It also seamlessly integrates with NumPy, Pandas and Matplotlib, which makes it ideal for building complete machine learning projects. Scikit-Learn emphasizes ease of use, reproducibility and strong documentation, making it a favorite in both academia for teaching and industry for rapid prototyping. Additionally, because of its robust performance and active community support, which ensures the reliability for the real world applications. And these are all the various, if you look at the Scikit-Learn methods, these are all the various methods that are getting supported from the Scikit-Learn, where we can right away from building the model to test the model to predict the model and to find the accuracy of the model, right away from training the model to evaluate the model, and we have a wide and diversity of functions are part of this Scikit-Learn library.
Yeah, sir, I would like to know about the gradient boosting libraries like XGBoost and LightGBM often top the charts. What gives them the edge in predictive performance?
Yeah. Basically gradient boosting libraries like XGBoost and the LightGBM excels in the predictive performance, and due to their efficient implementation, regularization and advanced optimization techniques, and they use the boosting where the models are built sequentially to correct the previous errors, which leads to high accuracy. The features like tree pruning, column sampling and the parallel processing speed up the training and reduce the overfitting. And LightGBM uses a leaf wise tree growth strategy and handles categorical features natively, which enhances the performance in the large and the complex data sets. Their flexibility, scalability and the fine grained control over hyperparameters, which makes them favorites in the data science competitions and the real world machine learning applications where the prediction matters a lot. If you look at this architecture of a boosting, how basically the boosting technique works, initially we will be building a model and then it is going to predict, it will be giving some prediction and we will be identifying what are the errors in it, and again we are going to rebuild the model based on the errors that we have identified in the model 1, and in the model 2 again we try to find the what you call errors, and again we will be pushing and constructing the third model. Like this, whatever the errors that are being identified in the model 1 will be injected to the model 2, and again will be inject whatever the errors that are identified in the model 2 will be injected to the model 3. Like this goes continuously until we get an accurate machine, and at the end whatever the predictions that are provided by all the models, and we can able to get the final prediction out of the system. This is how this boosting technique will work in the machine learning.
Yes, sir. Now I would like to know about cat boost library, sir. It is famous for categorical features. So how this cat boost handle the categorical features more effectively than other libraries?
Basically the features are of two categories. When we deal with the data set might be consisting of categorical attributes or the numerical attributes. Basically the categorical attributes are like which deals with the classes, let's say the color, red, green, blue, animals, dog, cat, something like that, which will deal with the classifications, the classes. But when it comes to the numerical features where the data is completely in the numerical format, let's say age of a person, height of a person, marks of a person, like this, these are called as the numerical features. And especially this cat boost handles the categorical features more effectively by using innovative encoding techniques that avoids the common pitfalls like target leakage. Instead of one hot encoding, it applies ordered target statistics, calculating category statistics in a way that aspects data order, preventing information from leaking from future data points. It also supports the native categorical feature handling without extensive pre-processing and reducing the manual effort. This approach preserves the natural relationships in the categorical data, improves the model accuracy and the speeds up the training process. Additionally, this automatically deals with the high cardinality features efficiently, making it especially powerful for data sets with many categorical variables compared to the other libraries. And when you look at this overview of the cat boost algorithm, what are the various functionalities that it can able to perform, where it can able to do the gradient boosting, it can able to handle the categorical features, it is robust to overfitting. We already know about these things, so overfitting and underfitting. Too much of training is provided with an outliers, but if for a model there are two types. It can once after the model has been trained, it can be an overfit or it can be an underfit, which is not a desirable model. And an overfit, more of training is provided with more and more data with most of outliers in it, where it cannot able to perform well on the test data. And similarly there is also an underfit where a model is trained with a very limited data, where it cannot able to perform well with both the training and the test data. and at the same time it can also handle the missing values, and the scalability and performance mean to say that it can scale up to any large data sets, and interpretability, even the model can also be easily interpretable. These are all the benefits that we can able to achieve with by making use of this CAS boost algorithm.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, according to your perspective, does these libraries create any impact in real world sectors like finance, healthcare and retail?
Yeah, this especially, these libraries are not just only meant for few of the things that you asked, healthcare, finance or the retail, but it is everywhere. But however, these libraries are creating a meaningful impact across the multiple real world sectors. In healthcare, basically, which are used, these libraries are meant in the problems of identifying the diseases, medical image analysis and the patient risk stratification. And even in the finance also, the fraud detection can be handled, and the credit scoring and the algorithm trading with high accuracy and speed. Even in the retail also, the libraries are going to optimize the inventory management and customer segmentation and the recommendation systems to boost the sales. Additionally, industries like manufacturing use them for predictive maintenance, while energy sectors apply them for load forecasting. The versatility, efficiency and the robustness of these libraries, indispensable tools driving innovation and informed decision making across the diversified domains. So, this is all the various domains that are being supported by the libraries, where we have a finance, telecommunication, marketing, supply chain management, weather forecasting, almost all in every domain these libraries are going to be used.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I will come back to you, sir. Now we will see some deep learning algorithms, how this will work in AI and ML. These libraries like TensorFlow and Keras, PyTorch, Hugging Face and Fast AI. I would like to ask a few questions to Dr. P. Ratna Sekhar, sir. Why have TensorFlow and PyTorch emerged as the dominant platforms for building deep learning systems today?
Okay. Deep learning is a very complicated and a complex subject to deal with. It is very code intensive, and it is very complex to understand. If you look at this picture, a robot trying to identify a cat. This simple identification task takes lots of code to train a robot to identify what is a cat and what is a dog. Initially, while we are training, it may misclassify a cat as a dog or a cat as an other animal. As you keep on training these robots by using various deep learning models, then finally it understands or it identifies correctly what is a cat and what is a dog. Basically, it classifies the animals or any object properly. As I said, this process is very code intensive. It's like building a robot, humanoid or any robot using simple screwdriver and a simple bolts and nuts. You have to have some framework for the people, so that they can use those frameworks or libraries to build deep learning models. People who are new to AI and ML cannot build models, deep learning models or AI models from the scratch, because as I said, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of learning to understand what is what. So as you said, the libraries like TensorFlow, PyTorch and Keras, these are predefined libraries which have predefined methods and modules, which helps us build the model from the next level. So you don't need to worry about the underneath structure or the code what is lying. You can directly use the predefined modules or predefined methods which are there, and you can build your own deep learning model based on that foundation or foundational concept that we have. So by fine tuning the already existing methods or the models, you can train your own model. So these libraries TensorFlow, PyTorch, Keras helps us in building the AI models or deep learning models with high efficiency and in less time. That is the advantage of using them. So these are the products of Google, and PyTorch is TensorFlow is a product of Google, PyTorch is a product of Meta. Basically these two are the competitors, and which are trying to build some user friendly infrastructure or the interface where people can try multiple models and build their fine tuned models.
Yeah. Sir, I would like to know about Keras. How these Keras lower the entry barriers for those who new to the deep learning development?
Okay. See, the people who are new to this deep learning and machine learning model, the prerequisites for these two are some mathematical foundations. You should have some basic knowledge of mathematics like linear algebra, vectors, and the matrices and everything. And if you are a person who are not good in mathematics, and if you are a person who are not good in coding, then you can use this Keras API or Keras library. Basically, Keras is the upper layer of this TensorFlow. The base engine is TensorFlow, which is working on the data set, and Keras is just an upper layer which helps us in understanding the workflow of TensorFlow and helps us in building the AI models or machine learning models without any difficulty. So it's like a user friendly application or application programming interface which helps us in understanding the process and developing the models without any hardship.
Okay, sir. Now I have one query related to Hugging Face library. Could you elaborate how these pre-trained models from Hugging Face are transforming NLP and vision tasks?
Sure. In Hugging Face, we have some predefined foundation models like BERT, GPT, and VIT vision transformers, which immensely help the new enthusiast in AI ML in building the models. Like I said, building a model is a time-taking process, and it is code intensive, and a lot of effort and learning has to be done in order to learn. Now, these BERT, GPT, vision transformers are the well-trained models. They have been trained on huge amounts of data. If you take BERT, it trains on lots and lots of text data, even with the GPT also. Vision transformers were trained on images, video feeds, and everything. So basically, you are using already trained data. You are not training the model for the first time. So it's always as a newcomer or the person who is learning AI ML for the first time, it's always good to work with the already trained models because they will help us understand the process very well, because the work is already done. Only you need to do is that you should customize the existing foundational models according to your data sets. You give us specific data sets, to that you customize your model and you build your own model by fine tuning the existing model. This will drastically reduce time of building any AI ML models. That is how these foundational models helps us, particularly students and the research scholars who are working on various applications can download data sets and download these foundation models and check their models how they are working.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Now I have to know about fast AI. It is already also known as rapid prototyping. How could it help you or your team to develop the solutions faster or with less code?
Okay, I would like to share one experience which I had with my students while we were doing a project on agriculture image data set. We were actually that project demanded us 500 to 1000 images of deceased and healthy leaves. Our students have managed to get 500 leaves. So from the point of collecting the image data sets to training it on foundation models, we have used fast API. Basically what we have done is that it has provided us a method CNN.learner method, where we have fine-tuned the RSNet 34 algorithm which is already there, and we have fine-tuned according to our agriculture image data set, and we within just in 10 to 12 lines of code we could able to get 80% of accuracy in the results. That is only possible only because of the fast AI API which is available, and it works on PyTorch, which is also a framework from Meta, and it has immensely helped us in building completing the project with high accuracy and less time, and with less code also.
Yeah, thank you sir, thank you so much. Sir, I will come back to you. I have some questions related to NLP, natural language processing. So I would like to get information from Dr. P. Rajshekhar Reddy sir. So I would like to know about NLTK, Spacy and Genesim. So how do libraries like NLTK and Spacy help machines better understand human languages?
Yeah, basically these two are the libraries meant for natural language processing, especially for text processing and the linguistic analysis or the natural language understanding, and these two libraries are very much helpful. And at the same time we have various operations that can be carried out by this NLTK library, like tokenization, stemming, tagging, parsing, semantic reasoning. These are all the various operations that were carried out by the NLTK library. And at the same time, when it comes to the Spacy, almost all the Spacy also does the same job, but it in a more effective way. Comparative to the NLTK, the Spacy is going to focus on the speed and efficiency by providing the fast tokenization and the parts of speech, tagging, named entity recognition and dependency parsing. This is all, it's going to be carried out very effectively comparative to the NLTK. Of course, both libraries supports building models which are used to extract meaning and detect the sentiment and interpret the context, enabling the machines to handle the complex language tasks, and even especially language tasks comes in the category of building a chatbots or the translation or the information retrievals, and many more were accurately and naturally being developed.
Yeah.
And this, especially this diagram, and if you look at this architecture, how the basically NLP works will show right away from the human. It start whenever if you give voice, and how the machine takes that voice and converts that into text, and again how that text is going to be tokenized, and again how it is given to a system to convert that text into audio, and again how that audio is going to be considered by the system. This is how the life cycle of how the NLP will work.
Yeah. Thank you sir. I have one query related to Spacy. Is often praised for performance. What makes it suitable for high scale NLP tasks?
Yeah, as I already mentioned that in the earlier question, where the Spacy is exceptional and it is designed for speed, efficiency and scalability. Because it's going to use this C Python implementation, we call it as a C extensions for Python implementations, and for especially carrying out these NLP tasks like tokenization, tagging, parsing, named entity recognition, and making it this especially the Spacy is more faster than any other alternatives that are in the market. and Spacy also supports the streaming and the batch processing, so that it enables to handle a large amount of corpus data efficiently. Additionally, the Spacy integrates well with the deep learning frameworks and uses the pre-trained, so that the production ready models can be optimized for accuracy and speed. So that's the reason in the real time applications especially the Spacy is most useful in nowadays.
Yeah. Sir, last one question related to this GenSim. How this GenSim helps in extracting meaningful topics from large amounts of text data?
Yeah, this is GenSim is one of the powerful library designed for unsupervised topic modeling, and it is also a natural language processing theme, and particularly in order to effectively extract the meaningful topics from the large text data sets, and this GenSim is used. And basically it uses the two algorithms, one we call it as an LDA, latent Dirichlet allocation, and LSA, latent semantic analysis, which are used to discover the hidden patterns and thematic structures within the documents. And basically the GenSim helps to carry out the text processing and the topic modeling. And if you look at the diagram, where a large amount of data is provided in the form of a documents, where the LDA algorithm is taking that and it is identifying and bifurcating the topic wise, and then later it is going to we can able to identify which topics are available and which topics are available in which document, and percentages of information can also be seen in the graph. Let us say topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 topics are there in all the documents, and what amount of topic is there in each and every document we can able to segregate. This is how the GenSim is effectively helpful to extract the meaningful topics from the large amount of text.
Yeah. Sir, where can we find the greatest real world applications of NLP today?
The most of the applications which we already experiencing in day to day life, one is chatbots or the virtual assistants, the conversational customer support, and almost every industries and all these applications are very much in use. And sentiment analysis is the other area which is widely used in marketing and finance in order to gauge the public opinion and investor sentiment. And even automatic summarization also there for condensing the news, legal and academic texts for saving time and enhancing the productivity. And NLP always plays a pivot role in transformation services, speech recognition, content moderation and search engines. In healthcare it is used to extract the insights from the critical nodes, and these applications demonstrate the NLP into a transformative power in improving the user experience, decision making, and also operational efficiency across the diversified domains. These are all the various application areas of NLP. It is not just 10, it is specified 10 as here. This is a top 10, and almost all in every domain and area now NLP is in use.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, please, good afternoon, please ask.
Yeah, very good afternoon. I have a question for Dr. Sekhar, sir.
Okay, please.
Sir, with regards to this, the upper platforms that we are talking about.
Yeah.
So I just want to have an understanding that, people who are coming down from non-tech, let's say that who are not, capable of good at complete coding itself.
Yeah.
So the uppermost layer of platforms that we use, like the ChatGPT or any other platforms.
Yeah.
So what is the role of this prompt engineering, which would play a major role in understanding the AI technology?
Yeah. Okay. Sir will answer you.
Especially prompt engineering is one of the key role that need to be played by every user. Because as we know that the ChatGPT has answer for everything, anything that you ask and the ChatGPT can able to answer, but you should know how to form a question and probe the ChatGPT to give an answer. Let's say in whatever the way that you ask a question, in the same way it is going to be replied. Let's say your question, if it is on the very abstract level, obviously the solution or the answer that it is provided by the ChatGPT is at that level. When you are going to be very specific, obviously the answer from the ChatGPT will be more specific, and that's the reason we have techniques of prompt engineering like a zero shot, few shot, one shot, something like that. In a zero shot, directly you can ask a query and no clues are provided for the ChatGPT to give an answer. But at the same time, when it is a one shot, you are giving a query, at the same time you are providing an example how the retrieving to be given by the ChatGPT. And there is also a few shot option where you can ask a query and give a few examples, so that giving more information to the ChatGPT to understand what exactly the data you are looking for.
Okay, sir. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, please ask.
Hello.
Hello, please.
సార్ నాకు ఒకటి డౌట్ ఉందండి, సార్ వాళ్ళని అడగొచ్చండి?
అడగండి ప్లీజ్, చెప్పండి.
అది రత్నశేఖర్ సార్ గారు ఉన్నారా?
ఉన్నారండి.
సార్ గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్.
ప్లీజ్ ఆస్క్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు నార్మల్గా ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఏఐ ఎంఎల్ అనేది మనకు ఇప్పుడు మనం ప్రెసెంట్ ఉన్న డేస్ లో చూస్తున్నాం కదా, చాలా భూమిలో ఉన్నాయి అంటున్నారు కదా. అంటే ఇంకొక న్యూస్ ఏంటంటే మనకు ఒక్కసారి అవి స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి అంటే మనకు మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న ప్రెసెంట్ జాబ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో జాబ్స్ అనేవి చాలా తక్కువ అయిపోతాయి అని అంటున్నారు. అంత ఇంపార్టెన్స్ అనేది ఇంత షార్ట్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ లో రావడం అనేది కొంచెం గమనార్థం. సో దీనికి ఏమైనా మీరు కొంచెం చెప్పగలుగుతారా? అంటే ఎందుకు అంత ఇంపార్టెన్స్ అనేది ఆ ఏఐ అండ్ ఎంఎల్ లో ఉంది?
ఓకే, తప్పకుండా అండి. సో మీరు నాకు అర్థమైంది ఏంటంటే ఏఐఎంఎల్ పాపులర్ అవడం వల్ల మనకు వచ్చే ట్రెడిషనల్ జాబ్స్ అనేవి పోయే ప్రమాదం ఉందా లేదా అని మీ క్వశ్చన్ అనుకుంటా. ఒక రక అంటే ఇట్స్ ట్రూ ఫర్ అట్ ఎ సర్టన్ లెవెల్ బట్ నాట్ కంప్లీట్లీ ట్రూ, బికాస్ when AI is introduced or when AI gets replaced your traditional jobs, you are going to get the jobs at the another level. AI may replace your traditional jobs. AI అనేది మీ రెగ్యులర్గా రిపిటేటివ్ వర్క్ చేసే జాబ్స్ని రీప్లేస్ చేయొచ్చేమో, కానీ అట్ ది సేమ్ టైం స్కిల్డ్ బేస్డ్ జాబ్స్ అనేవి పెరుగుతాయి. సో కంప్లీట్గా ఏఐ అనేది ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ జాబ్స్ని వైప్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది అనేది కరెక్ట్ కాదు. వేరే డొమైన్లో వేరే స్ట్రీమ్లో జాబ్స్ అనేవి క్రియేట్ అవుతుంటాయి. మనం ఆస్పిరెంట్స్ చేయాల్సింది ఏంటంటే స్ట్రీమ్ మార్చుకొని స్కిల్ఫుల్ జాబ్స్ చేయడం బెస్ట్.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్.
Good afternoon, sir. Can I ask my question?
Yeah, please you can ask.
So my question is, what is the difference between precision and recall?
Precision and recall. Okay.
Basically in classification we have especially when we talk about a classification, we have two accuracy measures. These two are the accuracy measures, precision and recall. So that these two are the measures to indicate whenever if the system is predicting something, how many basically we have a quadrant in the sense what are the true positives and the true negatives, what are the false positives and the false negatives. So the precision and recall are going to estimate how many true positives are there out of what you call on all the samples, and recall which focuses on how many false positives are there out of all the training samples.
Thank you so much, sir. Dr. P. Rashekar Reddy sir, Dr. P. Ratna Sekhar sir, thank you very much. We had a fruitful discussion on the libraries, Python libraries for artificial intelligence and machine learning. I hope this will help for our students very well to gain more knowledge about Python libraries, and this will also help for those who are interested in AI and ML to learn more about. This will also help for the researchers and IT employees and academicians, everybody, those who are interested in AI and ML. Thank you so much once again for accepting our invitation and giving your valuable information for our students and viewers. Thank you so much, Dr. P. Rashekar Reddy sir and Dr. P. Ratna Sekhar sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.